In this video, we will delve deeper into the concept of limiting beliefs and explore the unconscious thought patterns that hinder your progress. By gaining insight into these habits, you can embark on a journey to realign your thinking and skyrocket your success. We will uncover how erroneous thinking can lead to biased perspectives, irrational decisions, and flawed reasoning. Together, we will learn techniques to identify and overcome these mental barriers, so you can approach each challenge with clarity and self-assurance. By gaining a comprehensive understanding of limiting beliefs, you can become more mindful of your thoughts and make conscious choices to transform your mindset. Embrace this opportunity to seize control of your success and achieve your aspirations. In this video, we will reveal some common but flawed thinking patterns that we unconsciously engage in daily and that slow down our progress towards success. Now we will begin to expose each of these faulty mechanisms of thinking one by one. Availability heuristic. This refers to the tendency to base decisions or judgments on information that is readily available or comes to mind easily. This can lead to incorrect decisions, as people may overlook important information that is not easily accessible. For example, when deciding which car to buy, someone may rely on ratings from a popular car magazine, even though there may be more reliable sources of information available. A classic example of the availability heuristic was demonstrated by psychologist Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman in their 1973 study. In the study, participants were asked which was more likely, that the word gullible appeared in the dictionary, or that the letter R was the third letter of the alphabet. Most participants chose the latter, as it was easier to remember and quicker to answer. However, the correct answer is that gullible appears in the dictionary. This shows how the availability heuristic can lead to incorrect decisions, as people rely on information that is easily accessible. Confirmation bias. This refers to the tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information in a way that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs or values. An example of the confirmation bias: a person believes that the current president is doing a great job and looks for information that confirms this belief. Whenever they come across evidence that suggests the president is doing a bad job, they try to explain it away with counterarguments or ignore it entirely. Another example: a person believes that global warming is not caused by humans and only looks for information that confirms this belief. Whenever they come across evidence that suggests global warming is a result of human activity, they deny it or try to find other explanations for it. People with confirmation bias ignore or discount information that contradicts their beliefs, which leads to a distorted perception of reality. Sunk cost fallacy. This is the tendency to continue investing in a decision, even when it is not rational to do so, because of the resources that have already been invested. This can lead to persistently bad decisions, as people fail to take into account the current circumstances and future prospects. Example 1: a company has already invested a lot of money in a new product. However, the product isn't selling, and the company continues to invest in it, despite the fact that it isn't making any money. This is an example of the sunk cost fallacy, as the company is investing more money in the product, despite the fact that it is not making a profit. Another example: a person buys a plane ticket to a destination and has already spent a lot of money on the ticket. However, closer to the date of the flight, the person finds out that the destination is not what they expected and decides to not take the flight. Yet, the person still insists on going, despite the fact that they know the trip won't be enjoyable, because they don't want to waste the money they already spent on the plane ticket. This is an example of the sunk cost fallacy, as the person is not taking into account the current circumstances and future prospects when making the decision. Negativity bias. This refers to the tendency to give more weight to negative information than to positive information. This can lead to a skewed perception of reality, as well as a general negative outlook on life. Negativity bias is a mental phenomenon in which our brain is wired to pay more attention to negative things than positive ones. This is a faulty thinking mechanism because it can lead to overemphasis on negative aspects of life and an underestimation of the positive. This can lead to negative thinking habits that can lead to unhealthy psychological states, such as depression and anxiety. To counter this faulty thinking, it is important to focus on the positive and to actively challenge negative thoughts and try to reframe them in a more positive direction. A vivid example of negativity bias in our lives could be when you have a bad day at work and you focus on the one negative thing that happened, instead of all the positive things. You may find yourself dwelling on the mistake you made and letting it overshadow all the other successes of the day. This is an example of negativity bias, as you are focusing on the negative instead of the positive. To counteract this, it is important to acknowledge the positive and actively challenge any negative thoughts that arise. Thank you for watching this video. We would appreciate your clicking on like and subscribing to the channel to receive any new updates.